screen grab from the King of the Hill, where he goes, Peggy, 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 oh Peggy, oh Peggy, 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 Peggy. That's all the song was. We're singing about Peggy.
Don't remember that.
It's like the first season. It's
Should I go back and rewatch that show?
King of the Hill's funny. There's some good stuff in there.
I remember liking it, and then one day I was like, you know what? Fuck this show. I don't know what it was. I don't know.
I guess I didn't watch the whole from the beginning to the end, but I think toward the middle I stayed right for 7 seasons. I think it was off like 15 seasons, something like that. It was on for a long time.
Yeah.
But the problem was not everybody's dead, so you can't really make that show come back.
Yeah.
There's Dale's dead, Brittany Murphy's dead, Tom Petty's dead, and the guy who did Cotton's voice is dead.
The only one left is Mike Judge.
Mike Judge and
I'll do the Trey Parker from Matt Stone and Matt Stone from just do all the voices himself.
Right.
Oh, we're live. We're recording.
We're live.
Hello, citizens. Welcome to B Movie Battle 90. Nick Cage Cast 65. Peggy Sue Got Married from 86 versus Moonstruck from 87.
Interesting choices. Interesting choices.
Phoenix West.
Dick Ticket.
Hi, Dick. Yeah, I chose his two romance movies.
And thoroughly enjoyed them both, actually. They're very good movies.
I did too. They're both really sweet.
They're very good. They're very good movies, yeah.
This might be the closest of the verses I've ever had.
Yeah. They're hard to say who's better than I think they're both equally good.
There is... I know which one has the better Cage. We'll get to that.
Yes.
When I was choosing the better movie, I was like, when I show my list, they're separated by one. They're right next to each other.
Yeah.
But Cage is definitely way better in one of these compared to the other.
Quality of Cage.
Yeah, quality of Cage does vary, but the movie makes up for one of them. But let's get into that. We're starting with Peggy Sue. First time, long time. What's your experience with this movie?
I saw it a long time ago, and I haven't seen it in a long time. So I'm kind of glad I rewatched it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was very good. It's like a darker Back to the Future.
Yeah,
I feel like it's like in this time period for some reason in the 80s. There's a lot of time travel movies because you have Back to the Future, you have Somewhere in Time, you have Peggy Sue Got Married, you have maybe that's it. But they're those three big ones. Those are three big time travel movies. Back to the Future 2, Back to the Future 3. That's included.
Hot Tub Time Machine if you time travel twice.
That's true.
Yes. No, it's what I call, and Adam loved this, it's what I call the 80s, 50s.
Yes.
The 80s were fucking obsessed with the 50s. And this is 1960, but it's the same goddamn thing. They were obsessed with the 50s. And I think it's because they grew up then and same reason like people nowadays
was
the 90s.
Yeah.
And I get it, but when you watch it, it's all like 70s. It's in the 70s. Sorry, it's in the 80s, but it has 50s aesthetics. And you're like, but it's not 1950 in the scene.
Right.
So someone will have like a 50s car and they all had those red Chevys from the 50s. And you're like, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's just strange.
Yeah.
But yeah, so did you see it all the way through? Or is there something you kind of just caught bits and pieces of?
No, I saw it all the way through once years ago. And I rewatched the whole thing all the way from beginning to end. Very enjoyable. I like Kathleen Turner a lot in this movie. She's very good.
She's fantastic.
And she's very good. And I like the whole the scene it got to me. It was the movie is starting to get to me at the end there where the grandma, I want to see my grandma and my grandpa, and she tells them the truth and they believe her. Yeah. Which is like the best part of the movie. It's like,
right?
Yeah, it makes sense. I think that's true. Yeah, why not?
I believe you believe it, and that's all that meant. Let's go with it. And the grandpa just fucking goes with it and convinces all his friends.
And they're all for it. They're all excited.
They become like coven of witches for her.
Well, yeah, because at the end of the movie, you don't realize that the grandfather is part of some wacky cult at the end of the movie where that looks like
Moose Lodge.
a moose lodge, and they're like saying,
Shriners.
"We haven't done this in 600 years. This is going to be exciting."
Oh, he's part of the Stonecutters, pretty much.
Basically, yeah. And John Carradine is the head stonecutter at the end of the movie. His last movie, I believe. This
really?
This is his last movie because I think they used the unused footage in another movie for him to be in this other movie that they shot around. I don't know how he got that footage, but that seems to be the IMDb trivia.
He was so old, I didn't even recognize him.
He was done at this point. And I was amazed he was standing because he stood up and walked to the podium. If that was Christopher Lee, he was just sitting down in a bar. That was his last movie. And Michael Caine, too. He's just sitting at a table in Tenet. And that's his last movie.
I don't see Carradine on this list.
David Carradine. Or not David, John Carradine, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't see him on this.
He's in there. He's in the end of the movie.
There he is. Okay. For some reason, Carradine wouldn't find it.
He's toward the end of the cast list because he's in the last part of the movie. But I think...
go ahead. Yeah.
No, but I mean, just in general, Peggy Sue Got Married, strong, solid movie. Like it's just all the character, like, you kind of buy it, and you buy her problems, like her issues at the beginning of the movie, how she's having her husband. She married her high school sweetheart, and she's having major regrets for that, and so that's kind of
because they're divorcing.
They're in the middle because he cheated on her, so she's getting a divorce
with Janet. Who the hell's Janet? Later, he doesn't even know the lady yet.
She thinks the Big Bopper's a hamburger. Yeah. I can't explain things to her. And that's what I guess his dad did, because in the movie, he says, I don't want to be like my dad, chasing tail to all the girls that work in the store. Yeah. And that's exactly what he did.
He also has a speech of, I don't want to just sell appliances the rest of my life. And then his next scene is, I gave up being a musician, and my dad gave me 10% of the store. Isn't that
right? It's great. This is great. This is wonderful. He loves it.
She realized that she's actually kind of causing this stuff to happen.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Faster than it did.
Yeah. It just shows you that it's just fate. You're not going to change it no matter what. It's just, but you have to sort of, it's about acceptance. Like you fall in love with people, you accept them for who they are. They're going to fuck up, but you got to forgive them and move on because they did
yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what the movie basically is about. And they talk about the son. You never see the son in the movie. It's just Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt right here doing her hair.
No.
And there's no picture of her son right there.
And what an interesting choice for that shot at the beginning and the end of the movie, where it's that weird, it's that trick photography where it's from the mirror and they pull out of the mirror, and it's basically 3 actors playing 2 parts because the actress in the mirror is a separate actress. It's not them, and she's miming what Kathleen Turner's doing.
Yeah, we'll get to the end. I do want to show the intro because this is how crazy this movie starts.
Yeah.
Oh, Francis Ford Coppola directed this movie, by the way.
Yes. And his daughter's in it, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
She couldn't act then, and he still put her in Godfather 3.
Still, half a decade later, puts her in Godfather 3.
He didn't learn his fucking lesson.
Well, this is the opening of the movie, and you're like, oh, okay. And luckily, they don't show Cage for a good while after this. Because he is doing a thing.
And we'll talk about that.
Here, Charlie, more fortune cookies. Good run. Thanks. What? Next week, we'll be selling Sanyo remote control VCRs for $299.
Do you hear how racist this is?
You say racist. I say perfectly 1986.
Yeah, I see 2 white guys going, here, Charlie, open the fortune cookie. And they're selling Sanyo VHS or VCRs.
And the fortune cookie's not even Japanese.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Or Chinese. It's American.
Yeah, it's San Franciscan.
Because that's what Iron Man 3 taught me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know Iron Man 3 was the one that taught you.
Yeah,
for me, it was one of those like
trivia questions.
Things I was looking
at.
Like, oh,
okay.
Yeah. Oh no, I'll go broke. You'll give away Mitsubishi giant screen television.
Oh my god.
So that whole opening is trick photography.
How?
If you keep going, watch, play it out. Well,
okay.
I'll show you.
Hold on.
This is what's whack. This is why Francis Ford Coppola is just like, oh, why would you direct the scene like that? Because I could. Because why not?
$199. Oh no.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, the Kathleen, that is her looking at the camera basically, and that's another
Mom,
actor.
I'm not looking.
Please turn that off.
Because you watch, she doesn't match at all.
This girl's way ahead of her.
Yeah, it doesn't match. Very good.
Stop being mad at Dad. I mean, how do you think that makes me feel?
Cut. I'm cutting.
Oh, God damn it, bitch.
No, I didn't watch this scene that closely yet.
Yeah. Lights read on
I have
IMDb.
certain.
Yeah.
And do the same thing at the end of the movie too.
Okay, I'll check out the ending.
The hospital room. It's
I was watching this on my phone today.
Oh, fucking David Lynch gonna have a problem with you.
David Lynch is right.
Now, if you're playing the movie on a telephone, you will never in a trillion years experience the film. You'll think you have experienced it, but you'll be cheated. It's such a sadness that you think you've seen a film on your fucking telephone. Get real.
The best part is because
So
he
correct.
almost doesn't say fucking, and he's like stops himself and goes, "No, I'm gonna say fucking."
Yeah.
Fucking phone.
And he started coughing because of cigarettes smoking his throat was still in there.
He smoked more than
Fucking phone. Oh, he smokes so much.
Him and Dave
Transcendental meditation. I use that to stop the cancer from going to my brain.
Him and Dave Chappelle smoke more than any two people I know.
Oh, Dave Chappelle is like his voice isn't even the same voice anymore.
It's crazy.
It is just like this now.
Yeah.
You don't talk like this.
But he's sitting there during his filmed performances, just the whole time smoking.
Oh yeah, no, he just smokes like a train now. It's crazy.
I agree with everything you said about Peggy Sue Got Married. And part of the reason I liked it so much because I caught bits and pieces growing up. Like I was aware of the movie
Right.
and that it was Coppola. But I just thought it was like super romantic and like one of those kind of like I thought it was way more upbeat than it actually is. And
Mhm.
so when I bought all these movies, these Nick Cage movies, I went back and I watched it like from beginning to end, and I was like, that was pretty fucking good. I like that movie. I was like,
Yeah.
I did not expect that to happen, and that was a nice surprise.
No.
Was that it? All of the characters are thought out. Like that's kind of the downside of Back to the Future is everyone's kind of just one thing.
Right.
And Back to the Future, it's a much better movie. Don't get me wrong, but the characters, especially when they go back in time, they're just one thing.
Right.
And this one, you actually see them as people. I felt
Yes, I would agree with that.
the dork was a dork.
Yeah.
The super hot dude, Kevin O'Connor.
Yeah, Kevin O'Connor, who's never been the super hot dude in any movie ever, and they make him like, oh, he's the one that got away. I
Yeah.
always wanted to fuck him in high school. Like, huh? The
Should
guy
I
from
go back and fuck
FX2 and in Van Helsing, he plays fucking Igor.
The guy I said reminds me of Greg Fitzsimmons.
Yeah,
And you
I
still
mean, I
know
like
Greg.
the guy. Don't get me wrong, he's a good actor, but sex symbol, no.
No, but he did the good
Heartthrob,
like
no.
he did the guy that's obsessed with like Kerouac or
Yeah,
one of those fake like wannabe hippie.
Hemingway's a macho bullshit artist, man. No, I don't need to kill a bull to prove that I'm a writer or I'm a man.
Yeah, just one of those guys that's like so self-important that they end
Yeah.
up doing nothing with their lives.
But he ended up doing exactly what he wanted to do. Don't
They
talk to me.
They get trapped in a house and forced to watch Nick Cage movies. No, I never like poetry. That's the
No,
difference.
I don't either.
Other than there, sorry, let me backtrack a bit.
Do you like
Yeah.
Beatles songs rewritten with instead of what was it? Baby, baby, it was ooh, ooh, ooh. She loves you, ooh. Oh, no. I took out the yes and I placed them with oohs.
Is
She
that
loves you, ooh, ooh, ooh. She loves you, ooh, ooh, ooh. The Beatles song that she wrote for him, and instead of he says, I took out the U's and I placed it with O's
is it during this?
or oohs, yeah. No, it's after that. He comes up to her. It's like
You
toward
know,
the
young Jim
end.
Carrey.
Yeah, young Jim Carrey.
A young Joan Allen.
Yeah, not much prettier.
I have a kind of a weird thing for Joan Allen because I have a
Ugh.
weird thing for Julia Stiles. And they're very similar.
Julia Stiles, I can understand. Joan Allen, no, I
No,
can't
the
do it.
thing, it happened when I was like, oh, I have a weird thing for Julia Stiles. I didn't realize that.
I can understand that.
And then one day I was looking at Joan Allen because I was watching
Ugh.
Face Off because of course I was. And I'm like, oh shit, she
no.
reminds me of Julia Stiles.
Oh
I got a feat for
no.
her.
Oh no.
Well, there's
Joan
also
Allen,
a young
is-
mother from Seventh Heaven on the far right.
like Joan Allen is so much hotter in The Contender than any other
I
movie
like
she's ever been in.
masturbating in a
It's like, oh my
bathtub,
god.
Pleasantville.
Oh my god. Yeah, even that she's hotter in that movie than Face Off. She's the antithesis of
Yes.
sexy.
It's
I don't even know why she's in that movie.
Love to watch you go. Wow.
No,
Ugh.
I love no.
Ass.
I hate to see you leave, but I love to know. I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave. We've had this argument before.
Yeah, Seventh Heaven mother.
Yeah,
Star Trek 4 also.
Star Trek 4, and then her husband in Seventh Heaven was also in Star Trek and also in prison for being a pedophile.
Yes. Even though he said, I don't think it's a pedophile if it's one girl and you love her.
And she's your 12-year-old niece.
No, sir. Still pedophile.
Sorry.
I understand you have different reasons, and that's what lands you here in front of
yeah. Sorry.
I want to be that judge.
Yeah.
You know what? I kind of thought it was going to be kind of greasy too, and by that I mean Grease, the movie.
Yes.
Which I can't fucking stand.
I hate Grease. I've never watched it all the way through. Can't do it. I hate musicals. I hate Grease the most. I really just have no love in my heart for Grease at all.
I've seen the movie a bunch, and I worked on the play.
God!
Spotlight operator.
Oh God, no!
And I was the center spotlight one, so I had to stare at the middle of that fucking stage and saw everything day in, day out.
Did you see that internet joke though? That's a pretty good one. Where they said it's an internet rumor that Samuel L. Jackson has a cameo in Grease, the movie, because at the time he was starting an actor, and a lot of people were saying like a lot of guys at the time were getting their starts when that movie came out. It was shot in Hollywood, and Sam was around at that time, and so they go to this long diatribe about him and his career, and then all of a sudden they show the scene, and it's the scene where tell me more. They cut to him saying, "Does she look like a bitch?"
Yeah,
it's so stupid. It's just like, oh wow.
I've seen that. I didn't see that preface to it though. I only saw that just the clip inserted.
Yeah, it's the whole preamble to that joke.
Got it. But of course, YouTube and those people like on TikTok edit that part out.
Well, the preamble makes the joke work better.
Yes, preamble, and that's what I've been trying to explain to people on why I'll never be successful on stuff. Is I love the preamble stuff, the setup.
Setup is important.
That's why David Cross is one of my favorite comedians. The long setup.
Yeah.
To the stupidest fucking joke sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
It sounds like a 5-minute story at the end of one of his shows where he's like, I went to the doctor because I was depressed, and don't laugh at that. That's not funny. Like, no, honestly, I was having a hard time. And he tells this long, like, and I finally turned around one day and I realized I'm not depressed. I just had a rock in my shoe. That's all he does.
Right, exactly.
But the funny part is that you were sitting there for 5 minutes invested in this story. That's a joke for him, not for you.
Well, that's like the Andy Kaufman.
Yeah,
he sits down and he reads the Great Gatsby all night long, pissing everybody off.
Oh God, it's funny. Anyway, a really sweet movie. You never quite know why she's back. You don't know how she got there. You don't know if she changed anything. It doesn't really matter. The point is that
they have those hints. They have those hints at the end where they say, "Hey, that guy that beat Nick in the 50s that we knew dedicated his book to you," and I never knew him. I don't know why. It must not be me. But it's like, yeah, it was probably you. But it leaves it kind of open ended. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, it might have happened.
Didn't you fuck him in the woods?
He took me He took me like a fucking animal. I loved it. I've been fucked like that since before the girls.
I've been fucked like that since grade school.
It's crazy, yeah.
What is that from?
Fight Club.
Yes, thank you.
I haven't fucked like
Marla.
that since grade school.
Yeah.
Because the original line was, "I want to have your abortion." And they said that
Yeah.
was too much, and so
And it's
David
so much
Fincher,
worse.
David Fincher said, "Oh, I can fix that."
Yep.
Peggy,
Here it is. She fucks him in the woods.
smoking reefer.
Yeah,
That she got from
the nothing joints of the 60s.
No, it wasn't from the 60s. It's from her dress in the future.
Yeah, but it's from the 80s. It's still nothing.
Yeah, well, that was more potent, maybe.
Dude, when I smoked pot in high school, like just after high school, it was nothing.
Skunk
And then
weed.
fucking nowadays, you do it, you lose your goddamn mind.
Well, that's the problem. Now it's so potent, it's ridiculous.
Insane. Like I thought it's the same thing, and I took 2 hits, and I'm like, oh god,
she through time.
The fuck is this? Like I'm literally, my phone is going 3D, and I thought the ceiling fan was attacking me.
You woke up and F. Murray Abraham was holding you, saying, "Are you okay, Jesus?"
He's my. Speaking of Fight Club, he's my my power animal.
Slide. Yes,
he's my
F. Murray Abraham. Slide.
Slide.
I guess he's in an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and they have a fight. It's pretty fun. I watched that the other day. There was a scene.
I'm so far behind in that show.
F. Murray Abraham and Larry David, because he said something about his pants, and he says, "What do you care? What do you care about my pants?" Well, I'm just curious. I don't know why you don't change them. So what? And it's just this big argument. It's so stupid. And he goes, "Don't F. Murray me. Don't F. Murray me," or something like that. He was saying something like that about him, and it was hilarious.
Look at this hot man.
He's not. Yeah, I don't understand that at all. He is not a superstar.
Beatnik attraction. I get it, but they talk about, and he's like doing like the picture they see in the beginning. He's like doing track.
Yeah,
like a guy that does track to you.
No,
right. I'm so confused by this character. Here he butt fucks her. He just flip her over.
Oh, Peggy, my Peggy, ooh.
Yeah.
And I love your butt, and I put it in there and I strut.
This is really good. I like to see.
I love you, Peggy.
I was a little confused how violent he is in both these movies to his women, and they still fall in love with him.
Well, he stops himself. There's that edge to him, and that's what they like, is that edge of violence, of domestic violence.
Well, to me, I'm like, okay, he didn't hit me this time. It's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, and it's this shot. It's a see-through gown on her, by the way.
I don't want to see Kathleen Turner naked.
She's not bad. This is her in her prime. It ain't her today, where she looks like a fucking.
Speaking of cigarettes for lunch,
she smells like a camel. The cigarette.
I think we need to put her in that list of people who smoke more than anyone.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Her voice is completely gone.
My name is Kathleen Turner.
Even in Serial Mom, which is only like
8
years after this, her voice is gone.
I'm Kathleen Turner, and I was in Pace who got married. I really enjoyed working with Nicolas Cage.
Romancing the Stone.
His voice was very interesting. His voice choice was very interesting for the character. Do you mind if I have a smoke?
Why do you have to talk about yourself in the third person like you were Napoleon?
Look at his horror music.
Yes.
So I say I like this.
Yeah.
Scene. He's doing something here in this scene. It's
Why does everything have to be an argument with you?
Look, I've got the hair. I've got the teeth.
Look outside. You see the car? The voice.
It works, though.
I've got the eyes. Well, Peggy, look outside that window. I've got the car. I'm the lead singer. I'm the man. What?
I'm the man.
See, I think that voice works because it shows you how pathetic he is.
Yeah.
And like that voice is actually, and I know because I was reading all the IMDb stuff, he almost got fired over this.
Uh-huh. And that's his uncle.
And Francis Ford Coppola was saying, "Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to tell him." Okay. But again, if they fucking let his fucking daughter act in the movie, they can't say shit about Nick Cage.
We should probably show her, right?
Oh, she's terrible.
I literally rewound to a random spot and hit the exact moment she walks in the frame.
Yeah, I mean, she's a terrible actress. She's terrible.
She does every line like this.
Yeah. You do Natalie Portman
I forgot.
retard voice.
Oh, my baby sister.
She looks nervous.
Honey.
Well, she's nervous because your sister never did this.
Oh, I'm so happy to see
What are you doing?
Are you acting on me?
Mom said you were sick. You're never happy to see me.
You're never happy to see me.
And you know what the thing is? Not her fault.
No,
Not her fault at all.
no, don't put your fucking kids in your movie.
I just watched that Nickelodeon Quiet on Set documentary.
Yes,
on HBO.
fantastic. Yes, fantastic.
Did you see it?
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
But I
hate kid
the
actors.
thing I have with kid actors is it is never once, ever been the kid's fault
No,
with a performance.
right.
Sometimes they're asking for it sexually. I'm not denying that.
That's a whole nother
No,
story.
no, but seriously, if the Jake Lloyd situation,
Right.
it's a fucking child. He shouldn't be there.
No.
You have to. It's the director's fault. It's the parents' fault. Fucking, if their kid sucks, don't let them fucking do it.
Yeah.
Because this is what's going to happen: is two men in their 40s are going to sit there and watch them and tear them apart.
Anally.
I mean, she's an adult now. I hope you mean. And what is she wearing?
She's a Girl Scout.
She has the least amount of badges for any Girl Scout I've ever seen.
Or she's
She
like
doesn't
the
have her
least-
acting badge.
She really was never a pretty person.
No, it's and now she does the worst goddamn movies.
No, she makes movies. Well, she gets an Oscar nomination every fucking time she makes a movie.
Yeah.
I guess okay, she's. But I didn't mind Somewhere. I did like Somewhere. Didn't like the Bling Ring. I think Bling Ring sucked.
I've
that
only
was
seen the
boring.
one.
Lost in Translation.
Lost in Translation. That's the only one. I've
And
seen.
even that one's overrated. That one's
Yeah. I only
I
watched
know
that one because Bill
fine.
Murray. And I was like, oh, this is a good movie.
It's basically her fucking true story about being married to Spike Jones. And that's all the movie really is. That's why it's interesting. Because that was her life with Spike Jones. Because Spike Jones is this wacky fucking weirdo.
Did she meet him in Japan and they hung out there in a hotel?
I think something like that. They were married to each other for a while.
I saw that movie in the theater.
I think I saw it too. Yeah, we all did because it was film
Did we
school.
see that?
Yeah, because it was film school.
I was just
That was
remembering that.
2003. Yeah,
That makes sense then.
yeah. That was when we were all in LA. Yeah,
I think, and I'm pretty sure it was a free one.
yeah. I think it was. Yeah,
I only went because Bill Murray was in it. I was like, yeah, Bill Murray movie. All right.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen it since then.
Well, Remco has seen it every week.
I think Remco definitely
He
seen it.
loved that movie.
This is a wonderful film. Oh my god, it's so good. I love this film. It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Are we done with Peggy Sue? We need to move on.
Well, we haven't talked about Nick Cage. The performance, this choice of that
You want to do
voice.
that now? Oh, we can do it now. That's fine.
Well, I think so because it's pretty important to the movie. Like
so,
I said,
real quick.
yeah.
Before we get to Cage, two actors won Oscar. No, sorry, that's Moonstruck. Never mind. Not this one.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Thinking of the other
Good.
movie.
Well, it makes sense because it ties into it. Because this is right after. And even Moonstruck, they didn't want Nick Cage to be in it. Cher basically said hire him out.
Yeah.
And Cher's the reason he got that job. Because Cher said, I think he's good, let him be in the movie. But this part, this voice that he uses, I think like the first time I saw the movie, I didn't like it. But now that I saw it again and I know what he did, I kind of think it makes the character better. It makes him more vulnerable. It makes him like you kind of feel bad for him because he's just a kid who's has a big dream and his dreams don't come true. And he's heartbroken over it. And it's really sad.
Try to keep that in mind when you watch his voice in this movie.
Oh, no, I remember that. I saw that movie. Yeah, I know that movie. What are you talking about? I'm going to kill Saddam Hussein. I'm going after Osama bin Laden. Okay, I'm going over to Iran or whatever.
Yeah, let me play a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
This is the cousin.
Comparison shop, and then 3, settle down and get married.
Why wait? Why not break up now?
Because we got the prom coming up. And all these parties, we don't want to upset our parents.
They'll learn to live with it.
You get the idea of the voice. Let's swap over to
Come on,
this.
Peggy. I wish I could do that voice. I can't do that voice. There he is. I can't hear it.
Damn it! I never know which one. I never know which one to do. So now I know. Keep this in mind. It's the Chrome tab, not the window.
This is about you in high school. I must have gone through about 100 boxes of Kleenex.
That is disgusting, but I'll take it.
All right, you get the idea of the voice.
Oh yeah, same voice basically.
Russell Brand,
character.
God.
What is mine? His brain. It's so fun. That movie was actually not terrible. Army, but it was kind of funny. There's some funny parts in it.
Oh my God, we had someone that was actually watching the Twilight Zone because they said button, who's got the button?
Oh my God, do they really? I should have some sex bot just mimicking me.
No, I mean that was an actual person.
Weird,
right?
Very
Again, it's the only show we have that anyone gives a shit about. This one is just for us.
They're all just for us.
I agree. The Nick Cage voice. At first, I was really bothered, and then honestly, he doesn't change the voice through the movie.
No,
but you start to just not notice it.
Yeah, it works.
Less obnoxious, and I think it would work just as fine without the voice.
I don't know. I don't think it does. If it was just a normal Nick Cage performance, I think it doesn't do anything. It kind of like, it'd be boring. I think it makes it more interesting with that voice.
It kind of resonates with the new movie, his newest movie that we watched.
I lost my hand. I lost my love.
Dream Scenario, where I'm kind of like, he's doing this voice thing just for attention for the character, and it's kind of see through.
Yeah,
I felt this similarity with this one. Well, this is just him doing that because he wants to do it, and it catches attention to him.
Right.
With that being said, I'm not tearing it down. I do think he's very enjoyable in the movie, but I don't think he needed to go as hard as he did, and he put on that fake nose. I don't know why. Just strange.
What did you not say? He's doing his Redfield. He's doing his Dracula. He's doing his Dracula impersonation in Peggy Sue Got Married. When he comes in through the bedroom window, he's doing his Dracula move.
And I guarantee that was not in the script.
Of course not. I thought it was funny because it was like he's been wanting to play Dracula for that long.
Yes.
And he finally got to do it last year.
And he fucking killed it in that movie.
It's so great. It's so funny. I got to buy that one on Blu-ray. That's worth buying, I think. That's a good one. That's a fun movie.
It's super cheap, too.
Yeah, okay. Nobody buys Blu-rays anymore.
Yeah.
Renfield.
I also loved this scene. Right here. Where she's drinking.
Yes.
Your dad's like, are you drunk? She's like, I've had a day. And he just walks back inside and gets more.
So I guess there's a whole subplot cut out of the movie about the father and how he's a head of the hat business, and his business goes down the tubes when Kennedy becomes president because everyone stops wearing hats after that.
Yeah, that's true.
And they said she tries to warn him, and he doesn't listen to her. And in her, her future and her past, like she could have fixed her present if he would have listened, because they would have gone broke. Because I guess her family goes broke. It's the dad's fault.
And I guess in the original script, there's a whole subplot. It is barely in this one about the pantyhose.
Yes.
Where I guess she actually invests in that, and
she's making pantyhose in her room. You see that in the scene.
I mean, this one is just kind of, it's set up, but it doesn't really go anywhere. But I'm fine with that because it becomes
makes sense. Yeah,
it becomes more of like, I'm not here to change that. I'm here to cope with what I've become.
Right. Yeah.
I kind of find that more satisfying than.
Well, yeah, it's about her coming to terms with her choices in life and how they're mistakes, but they're it's fate. Like you're there on purpose. Everything happens for a reason, and this is what happened. You still love him. Like she loves her husband. I mean, she still loves him. At the end, she even does too.
And I like that she has some lines where she goes, "I didn't realize this is who you are."
Right? Yeah. She forgot. As time goes on. Yeah,
and that makes her fall in love with him all over again because
and the locket is the key, because remember at the beginning she's like, "Oh, the locket, yeah, it's my baby daughter, my baby son," and actually no, it's not. It's her and him, because he bought it for her on her 18th birthday. She forgot about that because that's what he says. But lock it. That's me and you.
Yeah,
I got it from your parents.
Yeah, it's a really sweet, and I like the time travel elements in this more than Back to the Future.
Yeah.
It's a lot more.
Well, it resonates more.
It resonates more, yeah. Because Back to the Future is not really about that.
Back to the Future is just a comedy, fun movie. It's a blockbuster. It's designed for a mass audience, and it's just a fun movie. And it works because Michael J. Fox is so good in it. Because you didn't do it with Michael J. Fox, it would have been a completely different movie, and no one would have liked it.
Yep, watch those outtakes.
Nobody likes Eric Stoltz.
6.4 on IMDb, which I think is really low.
I'd give it a 6, but maybe a 7.
I give it a
7. Yeah, I think 7 works.
I'll be honest. I like this more the second time I watched it all the way through.
I would agree. Yeah,
One of those
very
movies
good.
was creeping up on me, and I was more in when she meets up with the grandparents, and I was like, I got choked up.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because you were to time travel and be able to visit dead people, and you just want to tell them what happened so bad. I think anyone can relate to that.
Yeah,
and they did such a good job with this, and it makes you wonder, how did Francis Ford Coppola forget how to make a fucking movie?
Well, he's making his last movie right now.
He keeps
Megapolis is happening,
or whatever. What's that?
Megapolis is happening.
Is he gonna merge with the Cosmopolis?
No, it's Megapolis. It's whatever that. It's about the making of a city, and Adam Driver's in it, and a bunch of actors are in it. They're making it right now. They're shooting it right now. The trailer, I think, is going to come out in Cinecon.
He's not going to be happy till Adam Driver dies of a heart attack, like Martin Sheen did.
I want to push you. I want to kill an actor in a movie, just like
so close with Martin Sheen.
Damn it, Harvey Keitel quit. I couldn't kill him either. He didn't die. Dennis Hopper outlived me too, bastard.
Other way around.
Yes.
Let's get over to Moonstruck.
When the moon hits your eye like a big piece of pie, that's more.
This is Italian porn.
It is. This is my big fat Greek wedding.
My big fat ass.
I always thought these guys were Jews. They were so complainy and fucking just. This was like.
Well, you think they are because the director's name is Norman Jewison.
Yeah, and he also directed Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah, he directed a bunch of stuff.
He's directed a lot of stuff. Norman Jewison is a hell of a director. I like a lot of his movies. He's very good. He's dead. He just died not too long ago.
Not too long ago.
About 90 something. He was old. He had a good run, bastard. Good run.
You see who wrote this?
Yeah, it's some guy.
That's Patrick Stanley. It's not some guy.
Yeah, he wrote Joe vs. Volcano.
Doubt.
Doubt. He's a playwright.
Yeah.
Well, let's not. Please, Congo.
Alive.
Excuse me. Congo. He's written Congo.
The man wrote Congo.
The man. He won the Oscar for Moonstruck, but he wrote Congo.
He wrote a role for Ernie fucking Hudson.
That's right. One of the best roles for
Tim Curry.
Mr. Homolka, stop eating my sesame cake.
He wrote all the dialogue for that monkey.
Well, I don't think he did. It was rewritten by about 500 other writers.
Yeah.
Bad monkeys. Bad. Amy, good. Bad monkey.
Moonstruck, I really thought I was going to hate.
I saw it again. This is like, I think I remember seeing this movie through osmosis because my parents used to watch it. And my mom and dad liked it. And it's actually, and me seeing it now that I'm older, this is a great movie. This is a very good movie. This is like, I understand why it won Best Screenplay, nominated for Best Picture, won Best Actor awards for Cher and Olympia Dukakis.
Yeah.
Who I had worked with before. I worked with Olympia.
She seems like she'd be nice. Please don't.
I didn't say a fucking word to her because I didn't speak. I left her alone. She was sitting next to me in a chair. I was like, "Oh, good morning, good morning," and that was it. I didn't say anything else. Right.
She wasn't over there going, "This fucking bagel,
this bagel isn't warm enough." No, I had to go sit on top of a man from 90210.
Luke Perry? Did you kill Luke Perry?
No, Troy Donahue. He was in the new 90210.
Oh, the new.
I had to go lay on top of him naked, shirtless, for a movie that we did. And I still never got paid for it, by the way. Never got paid for it. Signed a contract. If there's money, you'll get paid. I guess there was never any money. I never got a fucking dime.
Did you do a porn with a guy from the new 90210?
Olympia Dukakis wouldn't be in a porn. No, I had to cover for a Japanese guy that was like my size, but like me. So I was basically his body double, and that's what
Yeah,
we
but
shot.
Japanese guys don't have a lot of back hair. How do they cover that up?
Well, that
It
was
you.
I had to shave. I did shave, so it was all
Okay,
shaved.
that answers my
It
question.
was shaved, but yeah, again, don't
Did
ask.
they
I
shave
don't.
you on
I
set?
never watched it. I never saw the movie. I never saw how they put it all together.
Oh my
I'm
god!
sure it's
Please,
on YouTube.
let's look it
It's
up.
called Birds of a Feather.
Birds of what year?
It's got 2011.
2013.
Yeah, 2013. Because we made it in 2011, 2012, that time period.
Oh my god! This looks like this. You know,
What was that?
are there a lot of black people in it?
I don't think so.
It's not this then. Okay.
Birds of a Feather, N-word.
What's the guy's name?
I played a person called Takashi.
No, the
Troy Donahue. He was very nice guy. And he still works, I think. He's actually has a decent career going on for himself. But he was a handsome guy. He's a good-looking dude.
Is it a movie or a TV show?
It was a movie. It's very independent. I don't even know if you call it a movie, but it's a movie.
I'll save it on the side.
Yeah, it's there.
I need to see this.
It's on my IMDb page.
Okay.
Yeah, just look at mine. It's there. You'll see it. It's in the movie section. The movie section.
Most of your IMDb page is my stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's fine. I've accepted that.
Birds of a Feather. Here we go. 2011.
Yeah, right there.
Goshi. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was my life for about 3 weeks.
Not bad. All right. I'm curious. Okay, so Moonstruck. On paper, this sounds like a movie I would absolutely despise.
Exactly.
I would again, big fat Greek wedding comparisons. It's the same fucking movie.
Yeah.
For some reason, the witty dialogue everyone has, and honestly, Cher.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say. Cher is so fucking good in this.
Yeah.
She starts off annoying the hell out of me, but after the first couple scenes that she's in, you get used to her character.
Yeah.
Because their opening scene with Danny Aiello was
what's this awkward?
That's not how you do it. You get on the
yeah.
She's like, oh, it's so overbearing. But after that, because when Nick Cage proposes later, she's just like, yes, I'll marry you.
No, but I love that part where John Mahoney goes, is he praying? He's on his knees. Is that guy praying?
Yeah.
He says there's no chemistry between these two characters.
Yeah.
But that's on purpose because they're not, she's just settling because she thinks she's got bad luck because
They're both settling.
Her ex-husband got hit by a bus, so she just thinks she's cursed.
She's settling for him because she's 37 and still living at home. Her husband died.
Yeah, but her home in New York City is like a fucking 5-bedroom house in the middle of the city. It's probably worth about $4.5 million.
Yeah, but
he's
also using her because he thinks his mom will get better if he gets engaged.
Right.
But turns out the engagement saves her life.
No. He thinks she's going to die.
Yeah. So
if she dies, he can get married. That's what it was. She's going to die, so that allows him the freedom to get married because he doesn't have to take care of her anymore. But she's in Naples, so he has to go to Italy. And then he basically tells her, he sets up his own destruction, basically, because he says, I want you to go to my brother, my estranged brother, and invite him to the wedding.
And mend that relationship.
I have to, and it's actually, what makes the movie better to me and why the movie's so good is because it feels like it's more realistic because in a situation like that, I think that any human being would probably do that. It's like, I don't really love her. If you love her, that's great. I'm not mad at you because you stole her. I'm kind of happy that you found her because I didn't know what to do with her.
I've had exes where we broke up and they get married, and I'm like, good for her. Like,
right? Yeah, I haven't meet. Yes, I mean a number of times.
Like, that's how you should be. I'm not fucking. No, no, it's good for them. Honestly, I don't.
I got one ex who's getting married to a woman.
Oh, Dick.
There's that. I got that on my case now.
You got that on your resume.
I got that on my
Put
resume.
that right above Bird on a Wire or whatever.
Yeah, Birds of a Feather. Playing a Japanese man.
She meets Nick Cage. She calls him first, and then she goes down to his job. And
He bakes
apparently,
his
he
bread.
still works like where slave labor is legal.
Yes.
He's working in like the basement making bread.
But he lives in a $4,000 a month apartment.
But he lives right above the bread factory.
Yeah, he lives above the bread factory. Yeah.
He's like, my backstory is he was cutting bread. Daniel was telling me about his last wife. He distracts me, tells me, look here, I cut my fucking hand off. And he's pissed about it.
And his wife left him because he was invalid.
Yes. And then, and this is where I kind of came around on Cher, because she calls him out on his bullshit like immediately.
Yeah.
And they both do. She's like, she didn't leave you because of you cut off your hand. She left you because you wanted to find a reason to get her out of your life because you didn't want her around.
Right.
And he just kind of goes, you don't know me. She's like, yes, I see it. And I don't know if the scene fucking works. But yeah, the wolf thing. You chewed off your own.
The wolf thing's
out of the trap.
Which makes sense because it's Moonstruck.
Yes.
The full moon. He's a wolf. It all kind of ties in together. So this nice lyrical way of the screenplay.
I never thought we'd get to a point in our lives where we're sitting here doing a positive review of Moonstruck.
Yeah, isn't that weird how that happens?
It's so fucking weird.
It's a good movie. It's very good. I was like, you know what? This is actually, I'd watch this again. Like,
I've seen it twice now. And
I'd probably buy this on if it's Criterion.
Today, I watched Peggy Sue all the way.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to skim through Moonstruck.
Yeah.
And it's only hour and a half, hour 40.
Yeah, it's to the point. Yeah.
Flew by, Dick. I watched the entire thing.
Yeah.
I didn't skim through it at all. I watched the entire movie.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The movie trucks along. There's not a lot going on.
Yeah.
But it is the dialogue is so fucking perfect. It's like a stage play. Like it's so well written and polished. It reminded me of a play, like a really good play.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that goes back to the doubt factor because he also wrote Doubt.
Well, I mean, yeah, the guy's a playwright. It's obvious in his writing he's a playwright.
I didn't know he was a playwright before. So now it makes sense that that's why he plays like that. And Doubt's the same way. That's a really good movie that is really long for what it is, and it just you're done with it before you even realize it.
Right.
Have you seen Doubt?
I have not seen Doubt.
Not like an amazing movie, but it is a solid fucking movie. It's an actor's movie.
I think the Meryl Streep factor gets me.
Yeah, you don't like Meryl Streep.
Creeps.
No, but Philip Seymour Hoffman more than makes up for that.
Right. Yeah, I would watch it for him.
He is so goddamn good in that movie.
Yeah.
That was an era of single word movies. There's another one, Stone. Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
Like Edward Norton.
Yeah, nobody saw it.
Else isn't terrible. Charlize Theron, is she in that one?
I think so. Well, I think no, you know who's in it? It's the fucking girl from the Resident Evil movies.
Mila Jovovich?
Mila Jovovich, I think, is in Stone.
Really? Is that the one she plays a junkie?
Probably.
I've seen the movie, and it's so forgettable.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of those movies that reminded me of each other back then because they all had one name, one word titles. But anyway.
California.
Moonstruck. No, it's I can't believe I like this movie and you like this movie. I'd never thought that would happen.
Yeah. I was shocked myself. I was like, oh, you know what? This is actually pretty fucking good.
It was a romance movie.
Yeah.
It worked. Even though it starts in adultery.
Well, yeah, basically. And I like that. I love that scene where she's like, Olivia Dukakis realizes that her husband of like 50 years is having an affair. And they juxtapose between the two characters, the sister and the other brother or whatever, where they say like they run the store and they were saying like, oh, you look like you're 25 years old in that moonlight. Do I? And he starts to jump on his wife. It's so gross because they're both ugly, but that's like supposed to be cute, but it's disgusting because they're old and I don't want to see that. But anyways, it's fine, it's cute. But in the movie, it came so hard. Oh my god, Moonstruck! Ah!
I thought I was gonna blow up my monitor.
Oh my god, fucking Moonstruck! Oh, I'll paint the moon white.
Moonstroke.
Moonstroke. It's fucking hot. I want to watch Carmen or whatever, La Boheme or whatever the fucking opera they're watching.
Oh yeah, and that's when she sees her dad out with that woman.
Yes, which again, Setup and payoff. That movie
Yeah.
sets up with them putting up that sign and then he has it in his apartment because he loves opera. That's his two favorite things is opera and bread making.
Because he's Italian.
Yes, he's Italian. Apparently, yes.
This movie's like you're gonna OD in Italian. It's insane because they're constantly playing Italian music throughout, and they got fucking Danny Aiello in this.
Yes. And you want to eat pasta after you see this movie too. By the way,
yeah,
it's like watching Goodfellas when they're eating all that food. Like, oh shit, I want some Italian food.
When I get Italian food, I go super Italian because I'll put a green olives in my pasta.
Oh, I hate that. I like
green olives.
No, it's gross. I can't do green olives.
Man,
I like black. I'll do black olives. I can't do green olives. I don't know why.
Like black olives that much. I think it's. I grew up in the Midwest. Everything is pickled there because of Survivor winter.
Right.
So I'm used to like super bitter foods. So I fucking love green olives. I was thinking about this recently. That's why it came to my mind so fast.
Right.
My wife's like, "Why do you like all this stuff?" I'm like, you used to have to survive a fucking winter, and you did that by pickling stuff. So I'm used to it.
Yeah, right.
I guess that makes sense. Like it's the best explanation I can come up with.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Because that's my favorite pizza topping, green olives, but you can never.
Wow, green. Oh yeah, I'd never see that.
Green olives and pineapple.
I see. Oh God. Blah, blah, blah.
I like the
too disgusting. Oh, it's so terrible. No, but I just love that scene where Olivia Dukas, I want you to stop seeing her, and he goes,
"Yes, I want to play that."
Slams the table, and he says, "Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. That's it."
What we're talking about, so let's talk about it. I want to play this scene real quick when we're done. Yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Yeah,
because you're expecting him to blow up at her,
right?
Because he sits there and thinks about it, lowers his head, stands up real quick. They show the grandpa go. Look up like, oh fuck, and I like Cher's face during that scene. It's just like, you guys done? Like,
yeah.
But he slaps the table,
yeah,
and is like, okay,
yeah, that's it. I'm done. You're right. You got caught. I'm done. Yeah,
talk about it, and he's like, that's fair.
Well, I was thinking about this movie though, and it kind of, yeah. Again, and then like at the end, it's like, I'm sorry, and this is me begging for forgiveness at the end. And it's just all the characters work. It's so weird because it's so short, but they all have enough time where they're given equal opportunity to work in the movie. And you like everybody, even Danny Aiello, you kind of like because he's like
he's part of the family at the end.
Yeah. At the end, your family come with the family. Come in here. At the end of the movie, where they have that picture of all of them, it's sweet. It's really nice. It's like everybody's forgiving each other. You just move on, and that's what life is. You know, you fuck up, you move on. You get over it, and you start again. That's all you can do.
It even that scene continues where he slaps the dead, and he kind of looks at her and blows the kiss, and then it goes to that couple who show up,
right?
And they're like, "Hey, you have something to tell us?" And she's like,
"Right, yeah." Again, it's set up and payoff. Because why are they there? They're all going to be there at the end because the family has to be there together. So this is the reason why. Because she forgot to deposit the money, which I thought
that's
going
so well. This is what I was saying. It feels like a stage play because all the characters are getting together in the same scene.
Right.
There's no dialogue about. I was waiting for the annoying. Why is everyone in on my business here in this house? No.
Right.
This is just how it is, and I'm fine with it. She didn't do the cliche thing of can't we may leave, and then I just want to have a conversation with him alone. No, and it works so much better the way they did it, which is they show up and they're like, "We just went to the bank." She's like, "Okay, you went to the bank." Oh no! Oh shit! And she realizes she forgot to put the deposit. And they're like, "Hey, we knew you didn't do it. Not accusing you."
We were just gonna ask. We weren't sure. No, I have it. I have it. I'm sorry. Oh my god.
They were definitely nervous because it's probably 10, 12 grand.
It's a lot. There's a lot of cash.
Yeah, I forget how much they said.
There's a giant fucking stack of cash. Like, oh my god! Oh,
they're just like, okay, we're good. All right,
let's have some food.
I was a little bothered because the husband sits down and the wife's standing there, and I'm like, Nick Cage.
They shot the same thing.
Come on, bro.
I was saying, come on, you gotta let her sit down, honey. Come on now.
You gotta let the old lady sit down.
And she's just kind of sitting there, standing. I think she's looking at him too. She's like, "Why aren't you getting up? Why aren't you giving me a seat? I'm fucking 60." But then again, this is 1986, so maybe she's 52, and she looks like she's 78.
This is why she won an Oscar. This scene right here.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's all it takes.
Is not built on nothing. Ti amo.
Ti amo.
Anch'io ti amo.
You realize how hard it is to make a guy like this cry?
Yeah, I wonder if Ti amo means I love you.
It does.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah. But a guy like this doesn't know how to cry.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a big moment for him.
Yeah.
But then they show up at the door.
Yeah, he's
here.
I can't marry you. What?
It does feel a little sitcom-y at the end.
A little bit, but yeah, but it works. It's fine.
He walks in and just lets her off the hook, and she's
Why?
that.
But at the beginning, but also at the beginning of the movie where they say, oh, I'm engaged to him. Why? I don't like him. He's not that great.
Yeah.
And he gave me this ring. It's a pinky ring. Well, that's not even a ring. He can't even give me a ring. Who's this guy?
I like that he goes, so I do need the ring back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Can I have that ring back? And then Nicolas Cage, I want to borrow your ring.
Yeah.
Well, okay, it's fine.
I like that Nick Cage wastes no time asking her to
Yeah.
She yells at him for a second, and he's like, hey, sit down. Like,
I want to marry you. I love you. I'm the wolf.
Oh, this is another great fucking line. This made me laugh. Where can I find it? Sorry. It's the grandpa.
Oh, right. And John Mahoney's in this movie. We haven't talked about him. John Mahoney shows up in this movie.
Can I borrow that ring?
Okay, here it is. It's like right after this.
Thanks.
But all these characters crammed in a little room.
Right, yeah.
It works so well.
And they're all in there for the various reasons.
38. I just want to share that line that the grandpa has. I'm trying not to skip over it. There it is. Yeah, okay, 137.09. I'll just play it from here. Fuck it.
Loretta Castorini.
I'll play
Will
it.
you marry me?
I'll share the screen in a second. I don't get in trouble from one of the
Yes,
studios.
Ronnie. In front of all these people, I'll marry you.
Do you love him, Loretta?
Ma, I love him awful.
Oh, God, that's too bad.
Yeah, God, it's too bad.
Again, I love
the Oscar,
all of these characters.
Yeah. Oh, God, that's too bad.
It's funny without being too stupid funny. Like, they're not
Right.
trying. And I did watch My Big Fat Greek Wedding, and I was so annoyed.
Oh, God.
Everyone's doing a fucking performance. And I'm like,
it's over the top. Like,
let the
it's
characters just
it's
do their own
broad.
thing.
Yeah, I think it's just so broad.
But I laughed so fucking hard here at the grandpa.
Well, you know why? You know why it's so broad, though? It was a one-woman show.
Okay, they cut to the. Hold on, we'll talk about that in a second. The dad's right here.
What's the matter, Pop? I'm confused.
I'm confused.
Because she was engaged to that guy. He comes
Yeah.
in, picks it up. She's with the brother. And
Yeah, I'm confused. And then he goes over and he forces Danielle to come in because he's like, your family, get over here. Family, get over here.
And yeah, it's
Great.
oh,
It's great.
it's
Oh, it's
one-woman show.
fucking, what a great movie. It's just like, wow, because again, I was like, kind of like, oh, Moonstruck. And we finally watched it. And like, no, it's good. Like I said, I might fucking buy this on Criterion. It's $40 on Criterion. I might buy it. You know what?
I
It's
just
worth
have the regular Blu-ray.
Well, it's the reason I buy the Criterion is because they have interviews with the writer, and there's new interviews with everybody talking about the legacy of it because everybody's
nudity.
dead. There's tons of nudity in this version. You get to see this.
Fuck around.
You get that scene where she's dyeing her pubes because she has great pubes. So they make them black again. It's so hot.
You see right up inside her.
But the best part, and the best like Witches of Eastwick with Cher. There's that. You ever see Witches of Eastwick?
No.
Just funny. It's actually that movie we should maybe watch next for the next time. It's Jack Nicholson's the devil, and she's a woman in this town, and he's trying to seduce her, and he basically gets her in her bedroom, and he's laying on the bed. He goes, "I want to fuck you," and Cher just looks at him, and she goes, "No." She goes, "Frankly, I find you disgusting, horrible." She has all these. She just keeps going off on him. And she goes, "Oh, and by the way, you stink. You have an odor. You're disgusting. Oh, nothing to do with you physically or mentally. You make me sick on every level." It's pretty funny. And he just kind of looks at her and he goes, "Oh yeah," and like then he breaks her down because he's the devil. He can break her down. And he just destroys her in a second, and she's like seduced, and he gets her. But the way that he says, "I want to fuck you," and she just looks at him like he's
Now
out
I
of his
want to watch
mind.
it.
It's funny.
It's one of those movies I've always wanted to watch. Again, I put it on the HID list, but
Yeah, no. When Jack Nicholson is getting attacked because he tries to kill one of them because he's very jealous. He's the devil. That's the point. And they try to attack him. It's fucking hilarious. It's pretty. There's some dark shit in it, and it's pretty good. It's funny. It's a George Miller movie.
And after
George Miller directed it.
After they fuck, this is what she says to him.
Julie. I swallowed your cum. That means something.
It's true.
That means something, David.
The movie which is of Eastwick.
See, I always had a problem with Cher.
Yeah,
she annoys me.
Now she's worse.
Yeah, she's become just plastic.
Yes, she's not even human anymore.
But I was kind of watching this, and I'm like, kind of got a thing for Cher in this movie. Kind of doing
right. You can see that there was something about her that's like, oh, she could be hot, but now she's so fucking plastic. It's not even funny.
Yeah,
she's basically a walking iPhone. She with a big
otter. Tussauds wax figure.
She's got an otter case and it's her skin. She falls down, she won't crack. Yes. Like you could throw her down a flight of stairs. And
I have fallen down the stairs.
She's not like she's not like Death Becomes Her, where she'd break apart in pieces.
Yeah,
she'd be solid.
She would break the concrete.
She would break the concrete. Absolutely.
Yes, Cher again. This is a movie for me that's just red flags all around.
Yeah,
Nick Cage is pretty fucking good in it.
Yeah, he is
solid. And
what is the levels of Cage? So when you're comparing these movies, you have your comparison list.
Oh yeah,
level of Cage, level of acting, level of movie quality.
I would say Peggy Sue is Court Cage.
Yes,
this
absolutely.
Is kind of Rage Cage. He yells a lot.
I would say, yeah, absolutely.
But I do put him above in Moonstruck. This is the quality of Cage.
Right.
I got Moonstruck at 28, Peggy Sue at 34.
Yeah, I can see that. Wicker Man. Wow, you put Peggy Sue right above Wicker Man.
There's a big drop off there.
Wow. that's even wow.
It's not because they're close. It's because of, I could lower Wicker Man, honestly, but whatever.
Because Wicker Man is like bottom of the barrel. There's quality of Cage.
Well, we're talking about quality versus entertainment.
Okay, well, granted, yes.
Yes. So I was struggling early on with the list of how to rank these, and I could definitely go through with a finer tooth comb. We ain't found shit. And go through
his
this
performances.
All right, so here's the quality of the movies. I do put Peggy Sue just above Moonstruck.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Just like I gave them both 7s.
Right. Yeah.
I gave Moonstruck just a little bit less because I like Peggy Sue resonated more with me.
Right.
Because I think it resonates with anyone more, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But both of them are way, way higher than I would have ever guessed. And that is a testament to both filmmakers.
Should I would have put this above Dream Scenario.
Oh, I don't know. I like Dream Scenario, but
I don't know. The Rock. I kind of like Moonstruck more than I like The Rock. Honestly.
Oh God, I didn't realize The Rock was that high.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
I'm a guy that doesn't like The Rock as much as most people.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, oh wow, Rock's pretty high on there.
No, again, there are some flaws.
I think you got to get. I think you have to.
I'll sit down one day and just go through that list and really rank.
Yeah, movie quality versus Rage Cage.
Because right now I'm just adding them in. I'm not
right.
It's hard. You don't know how hard it is being me. Okay,
it's tough. I can't imagine. You got fucking 5 kids. And your Nick Cage obsession, and you have to go and get every Nick Cage movie, not only see it in the theater, but get it on DVD, which is getting harder to get now because they're not making those anymore.
No. You gotta buy every goddamn movie. I do want to say our next Nick Cage movies, but what are they? Hold on one second. Go ahead and wrap up.
No, Moonstruck were the more successful movie out of the two because it won the Oscars and won Best Screenplay, Best Supporting Actress, Olivia Dukakis, and Best Actress Cher. And again, Nick Cage was not considered for this role. Cher had to fight for him. You'd think, because Cher's pretty good, or Nick Cage is good in the movie. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I watched it. And again, I'll probably end up buying this movie because I liked it that much. And even John Mahoney thinks that he got the Fraser role because of this movie. Because he said this was the first movie that people saw me in that sort of had a response to the audience, as opposed to other movies that he's made where he didn't really make a dent in the performance.
And he took those notes that he got, the viewers and just the praise, and he put that into all of his scenes with Eddie the dog.
Yes.
No, but I was gonna say the next two movies we're doing are two early movies that Cage did. Even earlier than these two. Racing with the Moon.
Wow.
Where he plays a army guy with Sean Penn.
Sure.
I get confused because it has racing in it, and this one is about racing boats. So that's why I had to pause there.
And then Birdie, isn't Birdie a Vietnam movie too? It's a war movie, yeah.
The Boy in Blue is the one we're reversing. So Racing with the Moon and The Boy in Blue, two early ones.
That sounds awful.
He's got his 6-pack there. I have seen both of these. They're both fine.
They're both kind of mediocre.
Yeah, it's not going to be as good as today. Today was the closest we've ever had that I was like, honestly,
both movies were equally good.
I like Moonstruck more than Peggy Sue. I
like them both equally enjoyable.
So which one are you voting for with better?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say Moonstruck edged out because it won won Oscars.
I like the fact that we're a tie.
That puts it to that limit.
Tie.
Yes, they're both equally good.
It's honestly they're that close.
Yeah, they're very good.
And they're very similar. I didn't realize how similar they would be.
Yeah,
as far as
like relationships,
both really funny and somber at the same time.
Yeah,
and all the characters feel real in both movies, and they're both so thought out and well written.
Yeah,
unlike the other Francis Ford Coppola movies that Cage is in, which suck and are okay at best.
Rumblefish, and Cotton Club.
Cotton Club is fine.
I don't think I've seen either of them. Was he in The Outsiders?
No.
Go figure.
Everyone else is in The Outsiders.
Everybody else is in it. Yeah, exactly. That's funny to me.
Rat Pack member.
That's interesting. That's a very interesting choice.
Until next time, in the meantime, I'm Phoenix West.
So
long, citizens. Goodbye. We must leave. It's time to go. No one will save you. No time travel, no pop stars, not even a convenient breakup, I think is what it said.
Very good.
All right, bye-bye. Bye, 8 robots.